will we free ourselves? When do we resist apathy?
Open moments began when it was at the Lasso open mic in Mojo's, when Mojo's was around. Karan, who is the president of Open Moments, asked a group of us to sign up for a poetry group. He asked us to come up with a name for the group, and I thought of Open Moments because my sister's husband, who passed away, came up with the name, and he was a very amazing poet, and I never got to share with him the things I was able to write, and I thought that this was a good place to have the name, because it's such a great group where you can come together and just share what it is you feel. You know.
From the time of my youth, I was told I'd be broke because I wrote. No joke, they didn't know my craft and cheese went together like craft and cheese. Yeah, please believe.
Open Moments came about through just me wanting to find a group where I could vent, where I could actually mold my craft and become a better writer. In high school, I dibbled and dabbled with poetry. I never really took it seriously throughout my whole life until I was in this competition that they had between the boroughs. It was Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Out of 88 poets and myself, I got one of the 6 awards, an honorable mention. So I said, when I'm going to college, I have to get in a poetry group. I have to do something with this. And that's exactly what I did.
This one's light. Nah, he white. Now you'd expect everything to be smooth sailing besides the raping, homicides, drugs, and jailing, because we are of the same color. Right, brother?
I became involved in Open Moments. I was hanging out with Karan, like we became friends, we started talking, and then I realized that he wrote poetry. Like I just picked up a book, like I was searching through his stuff, like, you know, and I picked up a book and I said, oh wow, you write poetry. And I was like, he was like, yeah, and I was like, I write poetry as well. So I was like, oh, then like a few days went on and I was like, you know what, we can try to start an organization. Like we can just go to student activities and get the form and then we can start an organization. And he was like, wow, for real? And then I was like, yeah.
Okay. First, it started as love. I was thinking with my heart and not my mind, thinking that you was gonna be the one. You told me to look into your eyes and don't be afraid, and I said I can't. And you said why? And I said because it is.
Most of my poems that I write always have to do with like American history, Black history, slavery. I'm going to a perspective of me being either a slave or me being an angry person based on the things from the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, or I'll just write on personal experiences from other people or my own experiences. So that's what inspires me.
Her face looked like earth and hell had a collision through one punch. Every cut on her flesh looked like stitched up fabric that was sewn by hand. Each scar was a different story in which he was still the main character. See, he was that man in the mirror.
My real topic is domestic violence. I like to talk about that, touch those issues, because around where I live, I see that often. It's an issue that's constant in my community, so I try to touch that issue, but I get a lot of inspiration from many things. I write about a lot of broad topics, from, like I said, domestic violence to love to struggle to fun things like playing basketball. I just like to use my creativity.
Blindsided by his swag and his bling that she didn't take the time to realize what kind of man he was within playing CeeLo. Gambling with her life with domestic violence is not a game, and she rolls those dice.
Anything someone can relate to, if they can see you actually going through it, it's always a better piece. Just for you to move and for you to smile when you have to smile and be angry when you need to be angry. It always brings the poem to life.
Nation and race. Stop telling me that Christopher found a land in which the Native Americans already inhabited freely. Stop telling me that one man holds the key to me, and yeah, I'm happy a Black man was given the key to this fallen country.
We use Open Moments as just like a place to vent, because that's something that I use, you know, just coming from an environment full of stress and stuff like that. That's something that I use, you know. Open Moments is my place for me, it's my time, just for Tiffany alone.
The expression of me, my life, is critical. It's life and death, because you keep trying to emotionally murder me. You keep a tally of me, waiting to see.
I like to write about what others don't really like to say. you know, things having to do with race, things having to do with school, sometimes angry poems, happy poems, sad poems.
There were an end to this. We are one and the same. We are blood, brothers and sisters. Embrace me.
We've come a long way for being a new organization. This is our 2nd year. And it just feels great. I've been even recruiting freshmen and recruiting new poets to try to carry on this Open Moments family.
I'm just going to try my best as a student here, as you see, and I'm just going to keep on being a part of Open Moments, and I plan on being a psychologist in the future.
I love how far it's come.
I would like for you to come out to Open Moments one night to our performances, so you can see what we do on campus and that we are trying to make a difference for the better.
Open Moments will definitely grow because everyone has a story, and all they need is just some type of encouragement or a pen and a pad, or they need to see other people to become that performance poet, that writer, that person that wants to change the world. I definitely want to change the world. I don't know about you.